Hi. I always don't know when is it actually starting the live, but hello. Welcome to episode 3 of Unicorn TV. I'm just gonna chit chat for a minute to see if anyone joins live before I get into the content. So I'm just gonna go share this on my in my group and then go from there. So go ahead and comment if you are joining from somewhere, or if you're joining from somewhere, obviously you're somewhere. So if you join, comment on where you're joining from, and I think that would be awesome. I would love to know. And let me just share this really quick. And thanks for bearing with me on this. Love you guys so much. Okay, cool. If you're not in my group, Unleash Your Inner Unicorn, then okay, cool. If you're not in it, then I highly recommend joining it. It's called Unleash Your Inner Unicorn. Okay, cool. So we're good with that. And I'm going to get going. So, again, welcome to episode 3. If you're watching the broadcast, my hair's a little nuts today, and I decided to just wear my holographic hat because I felt like it was kind of unicorny and fun. So, that's why I'm wearing this hat. And, somebody joined. Let me know where you're joining from. And also, I'm very proud to show you my desk area, hey, Maggie. Thanks for joining. So my desk area used to be in my bedroom. It looked the same, but it used to be in my bedroom, and because my bed was there, it prevented me from using it to film as a backdrop because it was just logistically hard. So my mom helped me move it out here the past couple days, and I felt like now I have a nicer background for you guys. And even the other direction isn't too bad, so you might see that sometime. Ending the day. Where do you live, Maggie? Let me know. I forgot. This is a new addition, a new movement. I moved this just for you guys so that I can have a better backdrop. So the point of this series on my Facebook page is about helping you to unleash your inner unicorn by sharing with you ideas, tips, tricks, thoughts, etc. that help you unlock your own unique message that you have inside of you and help you to use that message to get paid doing what you love in your own business, or you can even use this in other ways. Like I know Maggie works for a nonprofit, so I'm sure that she can use this to improve that, and getting donations or whatever. And other people, even if you just have a job that you like, you can use some of this mindset tips and different things. So anyway, that's what Unicorn TV is all about. And today we're talking about a topic that is actually near and dear to my own heart because it's about your message and the 2 key pieces that you need to have. Okay, so you're in Indiana. Yep, okay, got it. I've been there 2 times for Notre Dame games back in college. I went to USC, so it was our rival, unofficial or out of conference rival. So message. What is your message? Your message is the thing that you believe, that you want to communicate in the world, that you think if other people knew this too, they would change their lives. Okay? And it's a broad idea that it doesn't specifically mention the service you offer. And it's a broad enough idea that it grows with you over time as you evolve in your business. And so I don't want to get into the real depth of what it is. That's not the point of this, for me to teach you how to come up with it. But I do have a 3-part video series on this exact topic. So if you want to check out the notes or the description of this video, you can sign up for that free video series to uncover your own message. But in a nutshell, it's a belief you have that you're forwarding with your work in the world, and that you know will change lives when people believe it too, or resonate with it, or do something with it. And so what does that actually look like functionally? It just comes out in all your content, but functionally, or if you need like something tangible, then what it really looks like is it's like basically a sentence about that belief that you have, okay? So when I say the 2 key elements that your message has to have, what I mean by that is when you conceptualize the message into a sentence, these are the 2 elements you want to make sure that it has, okay? And this is something I work with people on, so let me know if anything is not clear with how I'm explaining it, because I will totally go into it more. But essentially, it's a belief you have, so there's a lot to it. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, conceptually, we just want to get it boiled down into a sentence that you could just share with somebody. But, there's more to it than I know just a sentence. Okay, so there are 2 elements that this message statement needs to have in order to have it act like a magnet in your business. So when you have a message statement that has these 2 elements, it is going to attract the people that like it and resonate with it, and it will repel the people that don't resonate with it, which is a good thing, right? We don't want those people to work with us, and we want the people that like it to work with us. So having both, it creates like a magnet effect. And so that's what I'm going to share with you today, is those 2 things that you need to have when you conceptualize your message, okay? So let me just start with an example. An example of a message would be true health comes from balancing your physical and spiritual world, okay? So I'm just kind of making that up on a fly, or I've used it in other trainings, but that is like a message someone could legitimately have. And as I said earlier, it doesn't really speak to what they offer as a service. I can guess it might be something around health coaching or spiritual coaching, but it doesn't say that. All it says is that you can have true health, but you have to balance your physical and spiritual selves. Okay, so this has the 2 elements that it needs to have in order to act like a magnet, and I'm going to break it down. So the first element that you need to have, it doesn't need to be in this order in the sentence, but the first element that you need to have is you need to have the outcome, okay? So in this case, the outcome is that you can have true health, radiant health, whatever. You can have like really like ultimate health. That's the outcome of the statement. And then you also need to have an opinion on the idea, which in this case, the opinion is that you need to balance both your physical and spiritual selves, or bodies or whatever. But the physical and spiritual are both aspects that need to be addressed in order to get ultimate health. So it has an outcome, that's the first thing, and an opinion, that's the second thing, okay? And so what does that do, or why is that necessary? So the outcome is what people want, or what the thing is that people are getting, okay? And then, so that's sort of a hook or a draw, an end result or something that people want. So like true health, okay? That will draw people in just on a basic level. Somebody feels like they've already achieved that, might go over their head or whatever. But if that's something somebody is still seeking in some way, that's going to attract them. But it's not enough to keep them or stick them, right? The opinion is really a critical piece. And it's a piece that I see a lot of people shy away from because they think, like, if I say my opinion, somebody might not like me, or, people might not like me, or they might disagree with me, or I might turn some people off from working with me. And, like, I just started this business. I really need, sorry, my chair is squeaking. I won't use this chair next time. I just started my business, and like the last thing I just need to make I need to make some money to pay my bills. So the last thing I want to do is like turn people off by sharing a polarizing opinion. But in reality, you're doing a disservice, because when you don't have the opinion, there's no draw. First of all, there's no draw. And then there's nothing to basically be that litmus test to basically have somebody decide if they like resonate or don't resonate. So let's take that same message and remove the opinion. The message would be, true health is possible, or you can have true health. Okay, great. Like, that's a great idea. I don't think anyone would really say like, oh, having good health is bad. But there's just like no flair. Like, oh, well, like, okay, like that's great, but it's like there's no draw to like know more. I mean, there is a draw to know more because it's like, okay, is there more to it than that? But it's just like it just falls flat to say like you can have true health, you know. And when you add that opinion piece, it adds some color and flavor, and it makes me either want to know more or make me like not care, right? And either is fine. The people that want to know more, they're intrigued, are the people that you want to keep engaging with and eventually hopefully have them become clients. And the people that are not into it or just don't understand it, they can fall away, and that's totally fine. And they can find, and just think like they can find the exact right person to help them for what they care about. And it might not be you, and that's fine. So, you know, the way the opinion piece, it works to do that because it does have that polarizing effect. So, you know, if somebody doesn't think, first of all, if somebody's completely not tapped into spiritual things, right, like chakras or energy, they're like not even going to resonate with that. And so they might fall off the plate, and that's fine. If somebody thinks that stuff's, you know, a bunch of crap, they're not going to resonate. It's fine. They might fall off. But if someone's intrigued by the fact that there's two aspects, there's the physical, which is, you know, diet and exercise and that kind of thing that we're all pretty well aware plays a role in our health. But then there's also this spiritual aspect, even if they don't know anything about it, but they find it intriguing. Like maybe that's the missing piece why I haven't been able to achieve health, perfect health that I want. Like they're going to be intrigued enough to tune in and listen in, and that's good. You know, and also the people that are obviously way aware of energy and spiritual stuff, they're going to be into it, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Let me know, Maggie, and I know there's maybe one other person on here, so let me know who you are. But that's, in a nutshell, the two key elements that you need to have. So you want to have an outcome and an opinion, okay? And I think, let me just point out one other thing, too, that I mentioned. So as you could see when I was explaining how it worked, I was mentioning all this stuff like energy and chakras and diet and exercise, that none of that is mentioned in the statement that I said, right? I said true health is possible, but you have to balance your physical and spiritual selves to make it happen. So all that stuff is kind of stuff I added, right? And the point I'm bringing this up to just point out to you is that that your message is not, like I said, it's just a sentence, and it's not an end-all, be-all of like, it doesn't include all of the facets. And your job over time with your content that you want to consistently share is going to be to bring in and explain and share and show all those other beautiful aspects of the message, right? But just knowing the sentence and having the statement, it helps provide you with a direction on what makes sense to share and what it makes sense not to share. Okay, so over time, if that really was my message, that true health is possible, but you have to balance your physical and spiritual bodies, you know, over time, there's so many things I could share and educate my audience and provide value to my audience that have to do with that, right? So I can share the stuff about, you know, dieting, the actual what you eat. I can share the stuff about how you move your body. I can share stuff about what I mean by spiritual, and like that I mean, you know, if that's the case, that I mean, you know, chakras and blah, blah, blah. And I can maybe even talk about self-care, and like there's so many things, and I'm not expecting you to convey all of that in one sentence. I'm not even recommending that because that would be impossible. But the sentence you have, it just opens the gateway to all these ideas and things that you can share over time that tie back to the message and overall provide this amazing body of content and value to your audience over time. So just wanted to point that out, that, you know, I've talked about things that weren't in the sentence, and that's because those are the kind of aspects that you would communicate and share over time to educate and inspire your audience and all of that. So that's all I had to share today, actually. So again, last call for any questions. I'll let this go for another minute while I talk. If there's no more questions, I'm going to pop off. But thank you for anybody who is here live, and thank you for anyone that watches the recording. And like I said in the description, there's a link to a free video series that I go through, 3 videos that helps you get clear on your own unique message. So if you go through that and you want to share it with me, feel free to send me a private message. Feel free to comment on this broadcast at a later time, and I would love to hear what message you come up with. And last but not least, if you know that you're ready to just talk to me one-on-one about this, I would love to do that because I have time in my calendar and I do free 20-minute calls, and I have a time in my calendar over the next few days. So if you already think you want to talk with me about your plan going forward to use your messaging to attract more clients, the magnet effect that I just explained, then please do book a call with me. I would love to talk to you. So again, that's also in the video description. It's free client attraction strategy call. So I thank you guys. I'm going to hop off. I appreciate you for being on, and I hope this helped. If you have any questions after the fact or after watching the recording, just comment and I will reply. All right, bye. Thank you.